Yeah. Hi, Sunita. Hello. I'm assuming it's evening for everybody. I'm just going to say good evening. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
Hi, Lakshan. Hi, Srikanth. Hi,
Hi
everyone.
Sunita, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Fantastic.
Wait. Arjun, hello. Good evening. I'm again assuming.
Hi Lakshan, hi Srikanth, and hi everyone.
Arjun.
Been waiting for this meeting, so I'm glad to be here. Yes, I'm also from Bangalore. I'm a coach and an independent L&D consultant. So uh, I divide my time between the two.
Nice.
Nice,
So
very
if it-
nice. Nice. Nirali, hello. Good evening. Mridul is here. We've met a few times. Hey man, what's up?
Hey, Lakshan. Hi.
That is Sharat. I'm assuming from Hyderabad. I think I'm valid to assume so. Then we have,
I'm from Hyderabad.
yeah, okay.
Basically,
Hello.
I'm a coach and consultant. I'm authorized partner for John Wiley DISC assessment and also
Okay.
the 5 p.m. scholarship team.
Okay. Nice, very nice.
Part of
Sunil,
chapter,
good evening.
part of AF Hyderabad chapter.
Oh, okay, nice. Very nice. And lots of people joining. Oh, we have a person from Barcelona. Wow. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Lakshan, I'm very good, sir. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I know you've been looking forward to this one. I hope we don't
Yes,
disappoint.
I have been. Yeah.
I think 9 of them are plastic.
And we have Ruchira. Hello.
The real pattern.
Assume you're in Sydney and you're not traveling. We have.
Hi, Lakshan.
Hello. Okay, so let's start. We have about 30 people here. Have not had a chance to say hi to everybody, but I think we'll be doing that over the course of this 1 hour. Okay. So very good evening to everybody except Porek, it's afternoon for him. Welcome to this session, webinar, masterclass, what do you want to call it? I don't know what to call it. Learning session, let's call it that. Today we're going to learn about what this mysterious portfolio path is to get ICF credentials from, the big man over here, Mr. Srikanth. Before we get into that, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Lakshan. As you can see on my Zoom name thing, I am an ACC credential coach, ICF, and primarily I work with millennials. And the reason for putting together this session is because I'm in a very fortunate place where I get to interact with a lot of coaches. But one conversation that we have often is that coaches tell me that, hey, coaching is amazing, it's great. But the thing is that when I get into conversations with real clients, not peer coaches, sometimes, I get stuck and they don't understand how the process works. So I feel the need to, guide them or mentor them or give them advice or lead them or do something along the lines of that. And I would say, I understand that tends to happen, but typically if you got into a certain level of depth in your coaching, you won't have the need to do that. And when we continue to speak, we talk about, what our, coach training background is like and where we went through our coach training from. And they would typically say that, hey, I did my coach training from this pretty, well-known institute. But the problem is that they would have about 15, 20, 25, 30 people in one batch, and we wouldn't be given enough personalized individual attention and not enough, good quality mentoring. So because of that, I feel like we've not had the chance to really get to grasp with, how to coach at a depth where we can do it with real clients outside of the, peer coaching environment. And I know that these kind of conversations happen with Srikanth also. And because of him having a coaches community where he holds these monthly sessions for live coaching practice. People start, asking him, can you help me? Can you mentor me? Can you, help me develop my coaching skill and all that stuff? For the longest time, he said, no, I don't want to get into coach training. There are plenty of people who do it. But I will help you in a different way. And that different way is what this portfolio path is. I've pretty much done my speaking for the session. I'll allow him to speak and allow all of you guys to ask questions. Unlike most sessions that we hold, we won't be, speaking for 40 minutes and asking you guys to hold your questions until the last 20 minutes. In the session, you can raise your hand up, and as in like, not physically, we probably can't see you if your cameras are off, but use the Zoom reaction hand up, raise hand thing, and ask your question anytime. You can ask it anytime. And if the question is something that Srikanth will be covering anyway in his presentation, then he will say, I'll be covering it anyway. If it's not something he'll be covering it, he'll answer it then and there. So I will pass the baton on to the man of the hour and he can take it away. So go for it.
Okay, so what we will do is, we will keep this as pretty much an interactive session. I have some slides. We will use the slides if it is required. Otherwise, we will not use it. Before I get started, I have a couple of questions to ask you. This word portfolio, coach's language, everybody has their own meaning of a word. So what is your understanding of what portfolio is? Just put it in the chat box. Combination of various things. Okay. Hi, Kamaldeep. I'm seeing you after a very, very long time. How are you doing? Nupur says, no idea. CV for creative professionals. Okay. Portfolio work. Okay. Building a coaching combination array of certificates. Okay. All right. The area in which one works. Okay. Portfolio CCUs. Okay. Portfolio your own niche. Okay. All right. So listen. Yeah, just like a client has their own language, coaches, you also have their own language, own meaning of what portfolio is. Yeah, perfect. I just want to get an understanding of that. Okay, so now I'm going to just run a poll to get a feel of the audience here. I'm just going to do that right away. Are you able to see something on the screen? A poll? Yeah. Okay, please go ahead and respond. I just want to get a pulse of the audience. Okay, I have so far 5. Oh, interesting. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so out of 43 people, 42, okay. Yeah, there are a lot of responses say, how do I go from PCC to MCC through the portfolio? How do I go from ACC to, okay, let me just do this right away. I'm just waiting, sharing the results so that you can see it. Can you see the results by any chance? Okay, so this is where we are. So there are about 6 people who are saying that I'm new to coaching. I just want to know what ICF Credentials means. I have completed, blah, blah. Okay, perfect. Okay, so with that, we'll start. Okay. As I mentioned to you, I have the slide deck, so we'll just go through the slide decks because I need to have some base reference. However, it's not required. We still can have a conversation, as Lakshan mentioned. Anywhere in between, if you feel like asking a question, please ask me. And if the answers are coming through the slide decks, I will ask you to pause it. If this is not coming, then I'll answer and move on. And whatever questions that you have, I'll answer all of them. Though the session is going up to 7 o'clock, I can wait for another 15 minutes and answer everything that you want to know. Okay. All right. So let me just get started with the deck. Okay. I hope all of you can see this. What's coming up? Okay. Perfect. All right. Okay, this is the broad agenda. Because we have a session, I have an agenda. We'll stick to the agenda as much as possible. But as I mentioned to you, if you have some questions, we can always deviate from the agenda and just have a discussion. Okay, ICF credentials. Very quickly, how many credentials are there? This is a session where you can't go to sleep. Put it in the chat box. How many are there? Somebody says 3, somebody says 4. Okay. Sunita says 4, Pallavi says 4. Okay, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, here are the credentials. ACC, PCC, MCC. There are only 3 credentials, not more than 3. Okay. In order to get your credentials, what is required from you as a coach? So this is for the new coaches. If you don't have any idea about what coaching is, ICF has got only 3 credentials: ACC, PCC, MCC, Associate, Professional, Master. And there are some requirements. I'm just going to put it on the left and then run it one after the other. These are the requirements you need: coaching education, coaching experience, mentor coaching, performance evaluation, and the exam. For ACC, we need 60 hours minimum of education, client coaching 100 hours minimum with 8 clients minimum, mentor coaching 10 hours. 10-hour mentoring has to come from a PCC or an MCC, and if you're getting mentored by an ACC, that ACC should have been an ACC at least for 3 years. Okay, so the asterisk is to say that person should have gone through 1 renewal cycle. Performance evaluation, if it is ACC, 1 recording, live recording has to be sent to whom I'll tell you in a little while. And then you have to pass the exam. If it is PCC, 125 hours, 500 hours minimum, 25 clients, 10 hours of mentoring by PCC or MCC, passing of 1 or 2 recordings, and I'll tell you the reason where it is 1 and where it is 2, passing of the exams, MCC, 200 hours of coaching education, client experience 2,500, minimum 35 clients, 10 hours mentoring by MCC, passing 2 recordings, passing of the exam, right? So these are the requirements. Now, all of this there is there on the ICF website. ICF website is like an ocean. You can go and see all the information. Whatever information I'm giving, it is not cooked up, yeah? All right. Coaching education, right? Okay, now, you may not know this because you have gone to a training institute and learned whatever they taught you. I'm going to ask you this question. Coaching education is divided into 2 components. One is, the details will be here. You can always go and see that. Synchronous, that is live. It has to happen in real time, either virtual through video or face-to-face in person. And then another portion is asynchronous, where you're not doing live. It's a self-study. Self-study can be either through watching recordings or doing some assignments or blah, blah, okay? And that is one portion of it, coaching education. The other one is the content, core competencies, and then non-core competencies, which ICF calls it resource development, okay? Now, very quickly, people who have got the credentials, please let me know what is the minimum percentage you should go through synchronous, and what is the minimum percentage that you should have core competencies in your coaching education? Very quickly. Very quickly. Put it. I need answers. Nobody's answering. Okay. Shanti Sharma says 75%. What is this for, Shanti? I asked 2 questions. One is the delivery, the synchronous and asynchronous delivery. The competencies is content. I'm asking how much percentage of synchronous should be there while the course is being delivered. How much percentage should be there in the content when the competencies are done. So I don't understand this percentage. 80%. What does that mean? I have no idea. Okay.
So basically,
All right.
what you're asking is the first part is essentially how it's taught, and the second portion is what is
Yeah,
taught.
The first is delivery mode, second is content. Okay. All right. So delivery mode, this is what it is. Minimum 50% should be live. Okay. And then the remaining can be self-study. So minimum 50%, it can be upwards 50, 60, 70, whatever. And then core competencies minimum 80%, right? Now you may not know this because your training institute don't tell you all of this. Okay? They don't tell you. But when it comes to portfolio path, it is important to you for you to understand the breakup of all of this. Yeah. Okay. And I'll come to that in a little. Okay. This is coaching education. And then ICF coaching education is divided into multiple things. These are the 6 broad things. I'll very quickly go through it. ACSTH, ACTP, CCE, level 1, level 2, level 3. Very quickly, I'll tell you what they are. ACST means approved coach specific training hours. Means a training provider will give you training, coaching education based on the ICF core competencies and ICF code of ethics. They will only provide training. Their responsibility is to only provide you training. Okay. Their responsibility is not to provide mentoring. Mentoring, if they give it to you, well and good. Otherwise, you have to go and take the mentoring from somebody else. ACTP means they have to give you training, they have to provide you mentoring, and also the recording that I talked about in the beginning, they will have to evaluate the recording. Okay, so ACTP was originally meant for PCC credentials. Minimum 125 hours of training, minimum 10 hours of mentoring, and performance evaluation. Okay, CCE is originally meant for continuing coaching education. Every credential that you get, you need to renew once in 3 years. To renew from every credential, you need to have 40 CCEs, coach continuing education or continuing coach education, they call, right? So every 3 years you need. Now, ICF is getting rid of ACTH and ACTP, and they're getting into a new thing called the level 1, level 2, and level 3. Okay. Now, ACTP and level 2, there's no difference, pretty much the same. It's the same thing. They just renamed it. Now, level 1 is for ACC credentials. 60 hours of coaching education, 10 hours of mentoring, and then one recording has to be evaluated by the training provider. For level 2, 125 hours, 10 hours of mentoring, and one recording to be evaluated by the training provider. These are the minimum requirements. Then, of course, they have to give live feedback. They have to, there are a lot of requirements. Everything is there in the website. Yeah. For level 3, it is only the coaching education and then the mentoring. Even now, your recordings, 2 recordings have to go to ICF for ICF to do the evaluation, unlike level 1 and level 2. All of this is there on the ICF website. I didn't cook it up. It's all there. Okay. Now, coaching education done. 10 hours of mentoring. Okay. Very quickly, one-on-one mentoring and group mentoring. Out of these 10 hours, what are the minimum hours that you need to have one-on-one? Very quickly, just put it in the chat box. What is the minimum one-on-one? If they say 3 hours, 3, 5 hours, okay. No. Okay. All right. Okay, perfect. So the total hours of mentoring is 10. Minimum hours for one-on-one is 3. The remaining can come in group mentoring, right? Now, here's the thing. A lot of training institutes, they say, hey, mentoring is included in your blah, 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 but they do not do the one-on-one mentoring. One-on-one mentoring has to happen where the mentor is either watching you coach somebody live and end of it giving you feedback, or goes through a recording, sitting with you and then giving you feedback on the areas that you need to improve. They don't do it. Okay, it has not happened to me. It has not happened to my son who has got the ACC credentials. And I know that a lot of people, it does not happen. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. And then mentor credentials need not be in the mentor registry. What it means is that to be in the ICF's mentor registry, there's a fee that you need to pay per annum, $50 or whatever. A mentor need not be there in the mentor registry, and they don't have to have a certificate saying that, hey, you are certified as a mentor. No. If you have a credential which is valid, meaning if you're mentoring, if you are going to go to some coach, a credential coach for a mentoring, they should have a valid credential. So I have had a peer, when I was doing my PCC, she was from Finland, Belgium. She was being mentored by one MCC, and when she put her application, they rejected her application saying that the person who was mentoring you does not have a valid credential. Okay, so before choosing a mentor, please go to the website and check the credentials of the person who is going to mentor. Okay, do all your due diligence. Okay, now client coaching hours, paid coaching, and then pro bono coaching. Okay, now I said 60 hours for ACC, sorry, 100 hours for ACC, 500 for PCC, 2,500 for MCC. What is the minimum percentage for paid coaching? Put it in the chat box. No, 80% paid, no. Okay, all right. So it's a little tricky. That's why I put a question mark here. For 100 hours of ACC, 75 hours paid, 25 hours pro bono. 500 hours of PCC, 450 paid, 50 pro bono. MCC, 2,500. 2,250 paid, 250 pro bono. Okay, so when it comes to PCC and MCC, you should have 90% paid coaching. And when it comes to ACC, they are little, I think, lenient. What is considered as paid coaching? Payment may be in any amount. Even if you got 10 rupees paid for a client, that can be considered paid coaching. If you barter services, say you are working with a consultant, the consultant is providing you services and you coach the consultant. That exchange is considered as paid coaching. And third-party coaching could be you got hired by a corporate, they sponsored a leader, so you're coaching the leader. The leader isn't paid directly and the company is paying that third party, right? Or you're on a platform, the platform is paying your fee, you're paying somebody, you're coaching somebody who's there in the platform as a client, yeah? And then internal coaching, you're working for an organization and you're coaching people in the organization, that is considered as paid coaching. Okay, so get that right. So all that information is there in the website. Okay, now I'm going to go to deep dive on the portfolio part. See, listen, the lot of credential coaches, including MCCs, have no idea what portfolio path is. How do I know? Because when I was a PCC, I got my 125 hours from a training organization. The remaining 75 hours, I wanted to go and pick it up from different places. And I said, I will find a mentor and then I will go through the portfolio path. Every MCC I reached out, they said, no, your 75 hours have to come and it has to be taught by an MCC. But whereas in the website, it's very clearly saying, no, it does not require. There's no requirement. It is very clearly saying that the education that you are going through need not be approved by ICF, need not be accredited by ICF. If your coaching education is within the standards of ICF, they're following the ICF core competencies, that will be accepted. Okay. Whatever I'm sharing is there on the website. I'll show it to you. It's on the website. I take a screenshot. I'll show it to you. You can see, right? Now, what is the deep dive on portfolio path? It's very simple. Only the coaching education, there's a little bit of a struggle to figure it out, but I have a very simple way to help you to figure that out. What you need to do, submit proof of coaching education, documentation of the non-ICF program to ensure it meets ICF standards, certificate transcripts of CC units for the training hours. Okay. Now, chapter events that you attend, they have 1 hour sessions, 1.5 sessions, 2 hour sessions, all those hours that you invest in learning something, they'll give a certificate. Those are good enough to submit as your training hour proof. Okay. And then you have to submit proof of mentor coaching. What is the proof? There's no big proof. There's nothing. When you put in your application, you have to put the name of the coach, email ID, when did you start coaching, when did you finish coaching, how many hours for group coaching, how many hours of mentor. That's it. Once you submit, there will be an email that get triggered to that mentor who mentored you, right? And that person has to say, yes, verify. That's it. That's all. There's no other proof required. Okay. Log your coaching experience hours in the application. That's it. Okay. Submit recorded coaching session for performance evaluations. If you're going through the portfolio path, ACC is 1, PCC is 2, MCC is 2. Okay, that's it. And then pass the ICF credential exam. That's it. That's all. This portfolio is very simple, right? What is difficult is to get those coaching education, and all the coach training institutes have made it such a big deal. Oh, it's so difficult. All of that, right? Okay. So now, how do we get the coaching education sorted out through the portfolio path? Okay. Education or training that are coach specific. Go through this. You can get coach training from programs the ICF has already approved. That is, training providers who have got that, we can go and get the training hours from them. You can also get training from ongoing education providers recognized by ICF or from ICF events and group meetings. What does ICF events mean? Conclaves, conferences, all of that. If the training isn't pre-approved by the ICF, it still counts if it is focused on coaching skills, follows ICF coaching standards, and teaches you how to coach in the way the ICF agrees with. Simple. There's a website link here. Click it. Information here. So this is what is education or training that are coach specific. Okay. Next. Teaching coaching specific training courses. So let's assume you're a coach, right? You follow the ICF core competencies and develop some modules which will teach other students that, hey, this is how you got to coach. Pick up anything. It could be active listening, or it could be coaching presence, or it could be creating awareness, or it could be establishing agreement, or well, it doesn't matter. Just pick up one competency, develop content, deliver it. That can be also coach-specific training courses. Okay. All right. Now, education or training that are not coach-specific. Training that's advertised for skills other than coaching does not count, even if the coach might find those skills useful. Public speaking skills. It may be useful for a coach, but it is not counted. Okay. Courses focus on personal growth for yourself, not on how to coach others, are not accepted. All right. Education in fields like psychology or counseling isn't considered coaching training unless it is specifically aimed at teaching you to be a coach according to ICF standards. Okay. NLP courses, if they are not already approved by ICF, they will not get counted as coach specific training. It's there very clearly on the website. Okay. Right. Teaching that's considered as coaching education only counts as your coaching education if you made the course yourself, you were the one teaching it, The course focuses on coaching skills, lets you interact with the students, follows ICF's main coaching rules, competencies, and ethics. And even if the course checks all the boxes, you can only count it once, no matter how many times you teach it. For example, let's say that I decide to do a course on non-violent communication and map those into competencies or different competencies, and I do a 2-day workshop, 16 hours. Right? Only once it is counted. So you can't, if you do it like some 10 times, you can't say 16 into 10 and 160 hours. It won't be accepted. Once. Okay? All right. So all that is there in the website. Here's the link. You go here, if you click the thing, it is there. You just click on the plus, you will see all of it. What is the requirement for ACC portfolio? PCC portfolio? What is for MCC portfolio? Everything is there, right? And I've just taken the screenshot, I'm putting it here. Coach specific education for ACC portfolio and PCC portfolio. Please read it. I just copy pasted the screen and put it here. I have not cooked up anything. Okay. Same copy paste for MCC. Okay. And then it says education or training that is not accepted as coach specific. I already put the slide there. Can you see here? Education in other areas such as psychology, counseling, NLP does not count as coach specific unless it was actually taught as coaching education or training is aligned with ICF. Teaching coaching classes may not count. I already put the slide, the copy paste of the screenshot. And then you can go through this. It's there in the link. I'll just put copy paste and put it here. Right? For coach education training, all of that. Okay. For classes that you have taught, you must submit a letter that includes the course name and verify, blah, blah, blah. There's a template available. You download the template, use the format. You don't use to have the format. You just say, if you create a document with the same information, you're done. We're done, okay? All right. I'm just going to pause here and then allow you to ask me questions.
You can raise your hand and ask the question. You don't have to put it in chat unless you're shy or something. Then I'll just read it out for you.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm outdoors, so you might hear some background sounds. Hi, this is Rahul. And I put a question in the chat as well, that there are these various certifications on psychometrics as well as 360-degree feedback assessments. And many of these are leveraged to inform the focus areas for the coaching sessions. So are these counted, because these are quite extensive certifications that one goes through?
Yeah, Rahul, the answer to that is, I mentioned there, 80% has to be ICF core competencies. Remaining 20% can be resource development. These can come under resource development. They will not be considered under core competencies.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. What other questions do you have?
Can you share a few examples of what can be those kind of courses? So I'm not talking about typical coach training institutes, the programs and courses that they run. But other than that, if one is pursuing any other education or courses or program certification, what are a few examples of what gets counted in the 80%?
You mean ICF core competencies?
The 80% that you said aligned to these ICF core competencies.
So on the ICF,
would...
I will help you with that, Rahul. I'll help you with that. If you go to the education services, I'm not able to know the full name, ESS it's called.
Just one second. Sorry to interrupt you. Nupur has a question. I think that you can answer both these questions in this one answer itself. The question is, can you explain the CCE? I didn't understand it.
Okay. CCE means coaching continuing education or continuing coach education. It's the same thing, right? So once you become a coach by getting the credential, you can't go to sleep, right? You're supposed to be continuously learning more about coaching. And you need to accumulate 40 hours over a period of 3 years to renew your credential. So every 3 years, you need to renew your credential. For that, you need 40 hours. That is the reason ICF have designed this thing called the CCEs. CCEs can be provided by any ICF approved training institute.
We lost your voice.
You can hear me.
We can't hear you.
Okay.
What happened?
Yeah, it's fine. It's back now. It's back.
It's fine.
Okay. All right. So to renew your credentials, you need to have coaching hours. It's called coaching. Sorry, what is it called? Coach
Continuous coaching
whatever
education.
it's called. Yeah, CCs, right? It's the same thing. Yeah, you need to have 40 hours. So that is what it is. Okay. Now these hours, CCEs, can be considered for your portfolio coaching education. And that is what a lot of coaches don't know.
And sir, you were saying that we can collect these additional hours from either a training institute, and then your voice was gone, so we didn't hear the rest of the part.
You can get it from the training institutes, any training institute which is providing ICF courses. You can attend your ICF chapter events across wherever you are. If you are a global member, you can become part of a local chapter, and then you can attend those sessions. You're not only limited to attending those sessions, you can attend any chapter event anywhere in the world. They will give you a CCE certificate. So if you are a Bangalore member and if you attend a Mumbai event or a Delhi event or a Pune event, they will still give you certificates.
Got it.
Hello?
And yeah, and I think, for example, I have completed my ACC. Now, if I have to renew it, I would require another 40 over a period of 3 years.
3 years. Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Exactly.
However, if I want to graduate from
Yeah,
ACC to
exactly.
PCC, if I want to move
Yeah.
from ACC to
Srilekha, you have asked this
PCC,
question.
Yes,
The
she can,
answer.
please.
we've lost you.
We've lost you.
Did he drop off? Is there an issue with this net? No, he's back.
Yes, the same.
Yeah, he's back. Shrikant, you're on mute.
So I'm back. I got thrown out for a few minutes. I'll just explain that to you. What I said is, if you're an ACC credential coach, your renewal has to happen by the end of the 3rd year, and you will have to get mentored by an ACC coach. If you're getting mentored by an ACC coach, then that person should have gone through one renewal, meaning minimum 3 years, or it can be a PCC or an MCC. For PCC and MCCs, mentoring is not required. Only the 40 hours are required. For ACCs, 40 hours plus mentoring 10 hours. That 10 hours mentoring can happen minimum 3 hours on one-on-one, and 7 hours can be on group. Yeah.
So one
Pallavi?
further
Yeah, go
follow-up
ahead.
question on this, Shrikant. This 40 hours is accumulated over 3 years. So whatever log we've maintained, will that be good enough, or it has to be through attending events and other things?
How will you prove to ICF that what you have done is aligned to ICF core competencies? The easiest way to do is to attend events. But I'll tell you another easiest way in a little while. Yeah. Okay, Pallavi, you raise your hand. Go ahead
Thank
and ask
you.
the question.
Yeah, so I heard that CCE can be, CCEU can be accumulated over, over attending a lot of events and all. However, I have experience because I am part of Delhi chapter. However, I am also connected with Bangalore, Chennai, as well as Mumbai chapter. But not all the events give you CCE, right?
Correct. All the
Certificate.
events need not give you CCE.
Yeah, there are
All the
only
events.
handful.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, Pallavi, if they are giving, for example, let's say you are you're from which place you said? You are associated with Delhi.
Delhi.
You are a member of Delhi, but if Bangalore is doing an event and if they're giving a CCE for the event, regardless whether you are from Delhi or Bangalore or Bombay or whatever, they will give it.
Right. Yeah,
But
yeah.
they will announce it up. Yeah, correct. So they can't be biased. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Thank you.
Ramesh had a question and he put his hand down. I don't know if he should
Yeah.
ask the question.
Ramesh, go ahead and ask the question.
Srikanth, the question is that, these, I've been attending a lot of these webinars conducted by various ICF chapters, and a very small minority of them have these CCEs. So, is there a place where I can get a published list of?
Yes, I will come to that. That's my secret weapon. I'm going to share in a little while, Ramesh, and all of you are going to say, my God, I didn't even know this. Yeah, I'm coming to that. Yeah, Smita, go ahead and ask the question.
Yes, sir. So I had a doubt about, I've done my ACSTH with an institute, and I have been coaching for the past 2 years. I've got clients. Now, how do I show them the proof that I've got paid or pro bono? Is there any?
You don't have to show any proof. No need to prove.
I have a record because I have the case files and
you just have to maintain a record. That's it. No proof.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, I'll just also now that you need to understand, when I applied for my credentials about 10 years ago, PCC, we had to upload the logs with the client information. After GDPR came into scene, you don't have to upload the logs. You only have to give a declaration. Okay. However, if ICF decides to verify, right, they will write to you and want you to provide proof. They will not write to the client. You will have to write to the client and ask the client to write to them. They are not going to do the homework. But if the client does not take action, then they may take action against you. I'm just saying that. Okay. All right. So this also in a way kind of opened a little bit of a window for some coaches to be very unethical, meaning they can just put whatever hours that they want to and then say I've coached. Yeah, so ICF has no way to check that. Yeah, Mridul, go ahead and ask the question.
So if I understand correctly, Srikanth, the key difference between the normal path and the portfolio path is around training hours. You still have to go for 100 hours of client coaching. Irrespective. There is no difference.
The requirements
there.
are same. The requirements are same. Coaching education, mentoring, client coaching, performance evaluation, everything is same. The only difference is the way that you are going to get your coaching education.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, Arjun, go ahead. Yeah, Kamal, I'll come to you in a little while.
Srikanth, I finished my ACSTH 60 hours of coach training and I'm pursuing ACC. Is there a minimum number of years within which I must get my ACC credential?
No.
Okay.
No. There is no minimum number of years, but there is a minimum number of hours of client coaching that you should have done. For example, if I remember, if my memory serves right, out of the 100 hours that you're going to log, the 25 hours should have come in the last 18 months or some number like that. But the website has got the exact data. I'm just shooting from my memory. So let's say you started your training 10 years ago. Okay. Now ICF is getting over ACSTH, but they still have to honor your training. You understand?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Go ahead. Okay, I'm just going to read some question on that.
So Srikanth,
All that you need to renew your PCC and MCs, 40 Cs over 3 years. Yeah, 40 hours, correct. Every renewal, 40 hours. Yes, go ahead.
So Shrikant, my question is on the ICF credential exam. So there has recently been a change in December 2023 that earlier there was a one CK and you're sorted for all levels. Now I'm hearing that for each level upgrade, if it's beyond 12 months, you need to take a ICF credential exam. So it's not just the 40 CCEs, it's also the ICF credential exam. Is that correct?
Not for the renewal. When you're
No, I'm saying
upgrading
for
it.
a fresh upgrade.
Upgrade, yes. Upgrade, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what other questions?
And a
Yeah,
related
go ahead.
question. Sorry,
Yeah,
and the
go ahead.
related
Yeah.
question is that if we are providing the mentoring to ACCs, would that still, it's giving or receiving 10 hours of mentoring? Is that correct?
If you are providing mentoring, you are providing mentoring. You're not receiving.
Yeah. No, so
No, mentoring you have to receive.
mentoring you have to receive, huh?
Yes, yes, yes. If you're providing mentoring to somebody,
Understood.
I think there's a limit saying that can be considered as coaching education.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking.
There's a limit. I think 10 hours or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, Ramesh, I'll answer. I'll just come to that in a little while. I'll answer that. Okay, so so far so good. Perfect. So let me just go to coaching education now. Where am I? I hope I'm somewhere. Where? Okay. All right, let me just do this. Okay. Ways to get coaching education. ICF-approved courses, I mentioned that already. Non-ICF courses, you can also use other courses if they teach ICF coaching skills and taught by experts. Mentoring and coaching supervision, there's a limit, I think about 10 hours or something. University degrees, which are coach specific. Self-directed learning, you can learn law and say, hey, I've learned this. I read this particular book. Okay. I read the Heart of the Laser Focus Coaching by Marian Franklin. This is a book. I read it for this many hours. These are chapters I read. This chapter relates to this competence, documented. That will be considered as self-directed learning. Okay. Okay. Now, how to get coaching education in a single place? Ramesh, this is what I'm going to share with you. Okay. If you're a global member, okay, you have access to something called, I'll just show this to you. If you're a global member, you can see my screen. You go and click on your profile name here. When you click it, there's something called access profile. You click that. On the right side somewhere, you will see the access the ICF learning portal. Click this. If you click this, this will open up a huge gold mine for you. Okay. And now you can go and look at the catalog and choose whatever you want to choose. Coach topic, right? So let's do community practice. Let's do this. Coaching, career coaching, coaching science, coaching supervision, blah, 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 all of that. Now, these either you can attend live, but if you are sitting in India, attending live will be middle of the night or early morning. Or you can watch the recording. After the recording, there'll be an assessment. You complete the assessment. Once you complete the assessment, you can download the transcript. That will be considered as your coaching education. How many hours of learning can you do here? When I was going through my MCC coaching education, I did close to about 150, 160. So it means any given point in time, this particular portal has got more than 200 hours of coaching education for you. For that, you need to be an ICF global member. Then your coaching education comes free. If you're not a member also, there are some courses which are free, but for about 50 hours, not more than that. Okay. I hope I answered your question, Ramesh.
Sure, you did.
Right. And there are some outstanding, mind-boggling courses which are there. Okay. All right. Yes, Nupur, go ahead.
Then, what I wanted to ask is I have completed my ACC and I want to obviously go for PCC in a year and a half or so. Do I have, while I've done the ACTP, do I still need to show continuous education and gain more hours?
No. What I would suggest is, Nupur, if you have done your ACPT route and got your minimum 125 hours, invest your next 3 years to get to your 500 hours and apply for your PCC directly.
Okay.
Then you're sorted.
Yeah.
Then you will eliminate the ACC renewal of 10 hours of mentoring and 40 hours of this. All that you will cut.
Yeah.
Straight away, you will just go to PCC credentials. Yeah.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah, Kamal.
So Shrikant, one question is that if somebody has used the required CCs, so for example, we did Leon's program and we got 40 CCs for the program, and you've used those CCs for your renewal. And if it is within the last 24 months, can the same CCs be used?
Once you have used the CC for one purpose, you can't use the same thing for another.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, Nirali, go ahead.
Shrikant, this is related to the video that you were talking about, that they have live sessions, but they are in the middle of the night or early morning. But even if we attend them, do we still need transcripts and do we need to go through some?
No. If you attend the live, then end of it, they ask you to whatever. While you're beginning, you need to enter a passcode. By end of it, you need to enter a passcode and you're done.
Ah, okay.
Because they want to be sure that you are there in the beginning and the end.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
The minimum 1 hour you need to be. Yeah. Yeah, Sunita, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Shrikant. I had one question. There are some experts like MCC coaches like you who put up their videos on YouTube coaching a client, and they record the whole thing and then they share some explanations also. So let's say one of us goes through that and then makes a notes. Can that also be considered as CCE for core competencies?
They will be considered as self-directed learning. Yes.
Okay. And we have to record that in our portal in the ICF learning portal, right? Wherever we are uploading the details, if you're taking the portfolio part. Okay.
You have to say, okay, this particular recording, the YouTube link, blah, blah, blah. All of that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yoshita, go ahead. Good evening. I'm seeing you for the first time, Yoshita.
Yeah, hi Shri. Nice to meet you.
All right. Pleasure to meet you. Yes. Go ahead.
One question is so I am currently at a place where I'm at PCC and my PCC is going to expire soon. And I've got 40 CCEs, which I've recently got. So can that count towards an MCC or no?
When it all depends on how many hours are you behind your 2,500.
No, I've been practicing. I mean, I've been a coach since 2013, so I have the hours.
You have the 2,500 hours?
Yes.
Fantastic. When is your PCC? This is due for renewal.
April.
Like 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. You can absolutely you can use the 40 hours provided you're going to apply by April. Also, I'm just going to give you good news, Yoshita. Just listen to this very carefully, okay?
Okay.
If your renewal is going to expire in April, ICF will give you 2 months of grace time.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
That means you can apply in June.
Yeah, my only confusion was that the CCs don't count, that you have to do a level 3 program if you have to become an MCC.
Who told you all these lies? I'm a proof, living proof. I have a cohort which is running 5 people. I'm running a MCC cohort on portfolio. Don't get sold to what the ICF training academies are lying to you. If you
Okay.
have a doubt, always write to ICF for clarification.
Okay. And I think I've kind of the other questions slipped my mind, so I think I'll come back to you on that.
Yeah, you got a shock when I told you academies are lying you, right? Yeah, they are lying you. No, they are absolutely lying to you.
Right.
Okay, go ahead. What are the questions? Anyway, we will keep interacting, Yoshita. You can always ask me questions. You are part of another cohort anyways. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm done for now. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, so Lakshan, you're smiling. I want to know why you are smiling.
No reason per se. It's just I mean, I've heard so many stories about like how coach training institutes go about telling people certain things and not telling the whole truth. So I'm just remembering a lot of other people who got their hands burned, so to say, without being sold the truth. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So there is no level 3 requirement for MCC, and level 3 was introduced very recently, right? And traditionally, portfolio was the only path available to apply for MCC, but the training institute beautifully said, "Hey, you want to do this? Come and do another ACSTH." I have interacted with so many MCCs, Yoshina, they have no clue what is the name portfolio. They have no clue, right? And I'm telling you, when I wanted in 2020, when I was, I'm going and talking to them, they say, you look, hey, this website, they say that I can get mentored by you and you just have to give me my 10 hours of mentoring. I'll figure out my question. They say, no. You have to get your training by an MCC. Level 1 training has to be designed and delivered by an MCC. The recent things about a year ago. It's not a requirement. Portfolio is valid for across. Thank God, portfolio is there. If portfolio is removed, no, all the coach aspirants will get killed. See, I finished my PCC training in 2014. I invested 3 lakh rupees. Okay. I got my PCC credential in 2016. I went to my training institute and said, what next? They said, hold, what next is you pay another 3.5 lakhs, 4 lakhs for MCC. I said, sorry, I'm not doing it. So don't get caught into what the lies that they tell you. Okay.
So I'm just clarifying one thing here. So I have 125 hours already, but that's how I'm a PCC. After that, I've done a 40-hour program. So that takes it to 165, which means I just need 35 more hours. Am I right?
Go to the learning portal and get your 35. You're done.
So then I just need then mentoring and somebody to validate my recording.
Exactly. That's all you need.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's all you need. Yeah.
Shrikant, are the recordings now required to be submitted to ICF for evaluation, or is it that a mentor coach can be
If you're a
evaluating?
portfolio, no. If you're a portfolio, recordings will always have to go to ICF for evaluation.
Okay.
If you're on level 1 and level 2, the training institutes will do it. If it's a level 3 or portfolio, it has to go to ICF. There is no other way.
All right.
It's all
Thank
there
you.
in the website. So everything is there in the website.
Sure.
Okay. I have a case study. I want to show the case study and I just want to wrap up. If you have questions, we can always take them out. Just give a minute. I'm just going to bring the case study in a little while and show it to you. Okay. Right. So here is this person who came to me. Some of you know, some of you don't know. Okay, anyway, I'll just bring it and show it to you. So this person did her ACC training with somebody by paying 2 lakhs, almost including GST. She went and did a mentor coaching with somebody else for 10 hours. Did not like it because she felt, hey, this person is trying to put me in a box. I don't, ICF is bakal, blah, 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 blah. And I say, okay, send me your recording. I want to see it. Yeah, Nirali, go ahead. You can watch the recording anytime. I said, send the recording. I said, okay, if you want, I'll help you. So I helped that person to get through the ACC credential. And this person asked me, is there a way that the way that you just mentored me for ACC, can I just get mentored by you only? Training I will figure out elsewhere. I said, no, you don't have to figure out training elsewhere. I'll tell you where to go. Go to the learning portal. You're a global member. You got your ICC credential. Go get your remaining hours. You're done. Okay. So I'm bringing that case study here. I'll just show it to you. Okay. Some of you know, some of you may not know. So, yeah. So this person, if the person went to ACTP or level 2, training would have been this much. Mentoring, no need to pay for mentoring. Application would have costed $375, Indian rupee this much, 3.25 lakhs. ACSTH would be 1.8 lakhs plus 50,000 for mentoring. I'm just put a bare minimum number, and then application this much, this would have costed this much. Portfolio, no training required. Already a global member, send the person to the learning portal, got her to do everything. And before she started her ACSTH, there was some coaching education that she had. We started counting the client coaching hours from that time. Yeah. So by the time she applied for her PCC, she already had about 1,600 hours. So if she went through ACTP or level 2, what should I invested? ACSTH and this. Okay. Now I have proof. I just want to show it. This one I'm going to show, but I need to stop the recording because it's very personal information. Though she doesn't have a problem me sharing, I have a problem sharing, but I'll share it. Yeah. Okay. Just got this. Okay. The question was, I'm an ACC. I got mentored 10 hours. If I'm going for PCC, do I have to get mentored again for 10 hours? The answer is, if you got your mentoring from an ACC coach while you are doing the ACC credential, then you need to get mentored either by a PCC or an MCC. But if you already got mentored by a PCC or an MCC while you are going through the ACC mentoring, you don't need a separate mentoring for PCC. However, your mentoring should have happened at a level of your PCC credentials. That's the only difference. But that we don't know. That you will know only when you send the recording and ICF decides to. But as a formality, it's good enough. Yeah, Mitu, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, so my question is, we got mentored by the PCC MCC coach, right? But I'm not yet given any exam for credentialing.
Yeah.
So if, in near future, maybe next year or something, if I prepare for the exam and go ahead with credentialing, and how to make sure that previous mentoring hours are going to function if that by chance, by one person, that MCC or PCC coach doesn't get himself or herself up, that their own credentialing, that you said every time it has to be renewed.
Yeah. No. Okay. So, Mitu, it all depends. If you went through the ACTP or the level 2, you don't have a problem.
ACTP.
It is not a problem because it's already plugged into your coaching education. You don't have to worry.
Okay.
If you went through the ACTH, is when you will get into a little bit of a problem.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So I've promised that I'm going to share. I'm going to pause. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. We can spend 5 more minutes and we can wrap it up.
So, Shrikant, I have one. In the costing sheet that you had shown on the comparative cost, so the ICF global membership cost will also need to figure in there, isn't it, on an annual basis?
Yeah. So this is what I tell everybody. If you are serious about the coaching profession, please pay the fee and be a global member, because the benefits that you will get is immeasurable.
Sure, got it.
Yeah. And because you're a member, you get a special member fee for your application. It's already factored in. If you're not a member, you will pay more money.
Pallavi is asking how to apply for global membership.
If you are already enrolled for ICF coach training through a training institute, it's very simple. Go to the website and apply for membership. There are some questions that you need to respond, and then that's it. You're done. And if you really need some, if you really need some help, Lakshan, you can put my business WhatsApp number, email ID, and then you can just put the LinkedIn profile. Please, if you decide to send me a LinkedIn request, please mention that you're part of the webinar. Otherwise, I normally do not accept invitations.
Yeah. So I'm already a member. I was searching that, yes, I can become a global member. I could see now on the website there is a form.
Yeah, if you're already a global member, you can see it. Go to your profile and it's there on the right side.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, some questions or what? I see something on the chat box. Such an eye-opener information. How to apply for global member? Yes. Okay, all right, perfect. Okay, what else is there to be answered?
One last question I have for everybody who's here. How many of you guys are in Pune? Based out of Pune? Nobody here? Okay, Archana. Okay. Archana.
Shilaka is in Pune. Shilaka is in
I am
Pune.
also there.
Okay, Shilaka is in Pune. Okay. So, in case you don't know, yes, of course, Uchira. Srikanth will be coming to Pune he'll be there on 16th and 17th. He's going to be there because ICF has invited him to, deliver some, I think a 25-minute talk on demystifying coaching core competencies in the ICF conclave that's happening on 16th. If you guys are by any chance attending the conclave, you can absolutely meet him. And if you're not, then he's holding a session on 17th with a bunch of coaches. You can reach out to him and connect with him and be a part of that. In case you don't, I assume you guys do know, but if you don't, now you know. I just want to say that I'm not saying this. By the way, he's my dad. In case you guys don't know this, hence why our background is somewhat similar because we operate out of the same office. I'm not saying this stuff because he's my dad, but like genuinely, I'm saying this like he's legit. Like he knows what he's talking about. People who the before and after transformation, after having worked with him, it's like night and day truly. So he knows what he's talking about. Like legit, whatever he's saying, it's backed up by ICF and all that stuff. He's shown me so many of his conversations with ICF over mail. Any doubt he has, immediately he just take it up with ICF because he doesn't trust anybody else. And always they'll say, yeah, you're right. If the website says that, you're right, you're right. He does so much meticulous research every time. ICF is like, you know what? Yeah, man, yeah, you're right. Whatever you're saying, I'm just going to assume you're right because that's just been the pattern so far. So yeah, that's it from my end.
Yeah. So I'll tell you something. If you're an ICF Global member, your information, your email ID, your phone number, everything, your entire horoscope is there available for everybody to see. Okay. So I wrote to ICF and asked, hey, you have put personal information. What is your policy on usage? They told me, no, personal information is not there. You can't see it. I said, hello, it's there. Twice I went out. Now I said, oh, chalo, man. Why should I break my head? If you think that it's not there, it's not there. Let people take and do whatever they want to do.
Same is the situation with the MCC website also, Srikanth.
Yeah.
All information is put out for public consumption.
Right. Yeah. So there is a reason. There's a reason they are put because it allows non-ICF members to look for coaches if they want to, but there's a way to restrict it also. They don't have to disclose the phone numbers and the email IDs, so they can always make it a hidden thing where they can, somebody wants to reach out to them, they have to enable that in their platform. They are not doing it, right? Okay. So by the way, I'm also, if you're in Mumbai, I'm also in Mumbai on the
18th and 19th.
Yeah, 18th, I'm doing an event at a co-working place called Let's Work in Gadkopar, 10:30 to 2 p.m. If you want to have information, please drop me an email or connect me on LinkedIn and ask for that information, or send me a WhatsApp and I will provide you the details.
Is there any
All right.
time you prefer for a WhatsApp message? Any preferences?
You can drop a message anytime, but I will not reply immediately. Give me like some 4-5 hours of time to get back to you. You can send it midnight also, but I'll see it whenever I can see it.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and those
By the way, I'm in Hyderabad on the Valentine's Day, and we are meeting some coaches for lunch on the Valentine's Day.
brunch.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to see you and
Yeah,
Lakshan.
Sunita. Yeah.
I may not be able to make it a bombshell kind of drop today. I will confirm it tomorrow probably.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay, Kama. Yeah, see
in
you.
Mumbai, but I don't know about Pune and Hyderabad. We'll see.
Okay, I'm just going to stop the recording so we no more questions. So if you can, I can hang around for another 3 minutes, have a chit chat, and we can close.